some fans have clubbed together to raise money for a banner in your honour tomorrow that will have the words in Catalan, "We want you to stay." First of all, what do you think about people doing stuff like that? But what's your response to the sentiment?
They have to bring me the bill to pay. I will pay the band, so I don't want to spend money for that reason. What can I say? Thank you so much. So I fell in love since the first day I came here. I was here. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Do you periodically you've mentioned certain things to do with the charges that the team's facing. You mentioned it with Mikel Arteta rather than questions. Because of that, do you feel there is more of a need for you to defend your football club this season and promote your football club? Because you're a very successful individual. The club is the most successful in England, certainly over the last few years. But it feels as though you're feeling that very personally this year.
I'm part of this club. Deep inside of my bones, and the best way to defend the club is winning games and do my job as well as possible. We cannot misunderstand the reason why I'm here, but at the same time I'm the person, the managers and all the clubs are the person who talk more through all the media to send a message to the fans or whatever. So and of course I'm going to defend my club because I trust since the owner, since especially the chairman for the relation and CEOs and all the people working here for many, many years. I know them quite well, much more than any of yours, and of course the people around. But the best way to defend is doing our job the best. You know, every people working here has his own responsibility. My responsibility is try to hold my players in their hands and together to win the games. And this is the best way to defend. The rest, of course, there are situations in 8-9 years as always is there. Some of them unexpected, some of them is more tough to deal, but it's what it is. So there's no complaints and do what you have to do. And of course, I'm part of this club. So not just the manager, I'm part. I love this club and always will be that way because cannot be differently for the way they treat me since the day one. So it's impossible. When you give something and they give me a lot, the rest is just, it's the consequences. Simple.
Hi, Pat. Obviously, the fans are asking you directly, do you want to stay? Do you have an answer for them?
I said in the beginning of the press conferences, I'm not going to talk about this subject. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
On Fulham then, City's record against them is 16 wins in a row. It's the longest run that any team has had.
I don't like these questions. I said many times. Don't tell me. The last time your defeat at home was at Brentford. After 1 minute, 0-1 down. Well, I would say Brentford every game is 1-0 down after the first minute. But the best way is don't ask me this question, please.
Were you aware of the record?
No.
You had no idea. Do you even think about elements like that when you're preparing for matches, what the previous record has been and the matches last season, how strong you were against Fulham?
Your day yesterday is the same like today?
No.
So, I would love to say like we won 60 games in a row, we're going to start the game 2-0, going to win. Only I say the record is the last 6 games since the first defeat in United game. They didn't lose. The best moment of Fulham from I would say this season, the previous seasons is there. Marco Silva's already a few years there in London, and they bought interesting players there, especially Anderson, experienced guys. So and it's a team always at home, especially always created problems in the first half a lot. And they have a lot of weapons, speed. Iwobi, I saw the last 2-3 games. I never see him in many years. I'm here in the form that he's playing, and of course the speed from Adama Traore always created problems. Jimenez is back. Destructive defensive. Always have been a tough game. Is only I'm concerned. And what they do, not what they happen in the past. The past is the past.
How's the squad looking? Is Erling okay? And
Yeah.
any other issues anywhere else?
Yeah, everything, but except Nathan, Kevin, and of course Rodri and Oscar, the rest are fine.
Thank you.
Hi, Pep. I just wondered if we can get any more information on Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously,
It's not for tomorrow. It's not ready.
he's not ready, and we know he's obviously not going with Belgium to
No.
the international break, but he's also asked not to go in November. Is that because he's out for longer, or is that because he's...
How can he go when he didn't play one game? How can he go with the national team? I never understood that. I never understood that. So, but anyway, so he's not. He cannot play with us. Cannot play with Belgium. But he didn't say to me, I don't know, he's going to retire for the national team from Belgium. He didn't say that to me. I don't know in the mind from Kevin, but for that game is injured, so it's not available.
Yesterday, FIFA finalised their regulations for the Club World Cup, and part of it is basically turning around to all the teams and saying you have to bring your strongest players to the States. Now, we've heard from players saying they're worried about playing too many games, players saying they're preparing for 60, 70 game seasons. What's your reaction to them?
What is the strongest players? Which ones?
I mean, I presume it's you can't. Yeah, they'll say, look, you can't.
No, but the FIFA will tell me for them which players are stronger than the other ones. I don't understand that.
So, are you worried that your selection issue, how you select a team, could be dictated by someone else?
No, we go all the squad there. We don't go for one game, right? So I don't know how it's the competition itself right now, but we don't go for 11 players. We go for all the squad. But I don't understand how is the selection, this player is stronger than the one. I know. But the stronger it means in forms. And maybe the strongest players for them is in really, really, really bad conditions for many reasons. Personal, physical, injuries, niggles. And he's going to play another ones. I'm not going to tell them, I'm not going to send before the games which player has to play. I would decide. That's for sure.